it's a shame. Last weekend, it happened. All the innings count, right? And so, but he was so good as you saw in Dallas. With the first 3 innings, he looked very similar to that today. And you're trying to get him to close to 80 pitches as we could. Certainly if it was a different game, a little different weather and a little different later in the year, certainly he would grind back out there. But wanted to give a clean inning, and let Townsend start an inning, so we pulled him out after 5.
Impressions on Mormon this early part of this season?
Terrific. He's been really, really good. And a lot of times, as the transfers you don't know, and you hope that they're going to get off to a good start. He had kind of a tough fall, but really, since we got back, since Christmas break, and not just in the season, but the 3 weeks leading up to, he's really swung it well, and thankful, that he's part of this, and another bat, made some nice plays and left as well.
Cade almost got out of it. It seemed like
pitch away, and tough break for him. You can see how talented he is, but it's sometimes it doesn't work for you. And today was one of tough day for him. He wasn't in the zone as much as normally is. He's usually a strike thrower, but the stuff was electric. And struggled to get his cutter in the zone, but he threw some really good curveballs. And you're right, he pitch away from getting off the field.
Has Hook's been a surprise to you, or did you anticipate this?
No, I mean, probably, statistically might have been the best pitcher this fall. I mean, he's been really, really good. Lights out. He's the guy that kind of falls under the radar because there's not a lot of 90s running up there, especially mid 90s. But he can really mix 3 different pitches, and he's a strike throwing machine. Being left-handed, those guys seem to always do well out there.
It seems like he has a lot of composure for a freshman.
He does, what you never know, to be honest with you, Chuck, is he pitched really well this fall, but when the lights are on, you go out and pitch against somebody in a different uniform, will they do it? And he hasn't been any different. It doesn't matter if it's an inter-squad game, if it's a fall scrimmage against outside competition, or it's in Globe Life or here. He's been terrific. Just fills up the strike zone with 3 different pitches, and it's not that easy, but he can make it look easy at times.
Chang up short today. What would you like from him?
A good game. I know he's probably a little upset with himself. The play in the 9th, and you can't make them all though. And but he's terrific.
Mike, have you expected this type of production from Federico?
Again, kind of what I just said. You never know when the lights get turned on, how guys are going to play. But he played great this fall. I mean, one of the top 3 or 4 hitters, all through fall practice, and this spring, was no different. His at bats are so good. People get caught up in the hits, and that's great, and it's that's the easy thing to judge. But you watch him; he walks a ton. He gets hit. It's just tough at bat after tough at bat, and he's a switch hitter. And so and he's swung it well and gotten off to a good start. And sometimes it doesn't happen with switch hitters, where not necessarily are they better at one side, but sometimes you're hotter at one side, and God, you got 2 hits, or you got hits from both sides, even in the first game last Sunday. So swinging it well, but swinging it well from both sides, which really helps us.
Thanks.